He's doing all kinds of stuff. He usually does stick his tongue out at me. All right, so I need this out first.
Yes, ma'am.
And
there you go. Yes, sir. I know them boys are tired after all that carnage.
All right. He likes doing impersonations
There
too.
we go.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's Danny and Wanda from Deepsouth Homestead, and we may seem like we got a lot of energy, but we're really tired.
Today been one of them days.
Oh.
We actually rose up and was out the door before the sun came up.
What? It was 6.
Ah.
Before 6. I know we were.
It was at 6 o'clock. I was opening the gates.
Yeah.
And about 6:15, I was feeding animals.
6:30 we
about
were
6:30 I was
the tractor up.
I was driving the cub around to hook it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny, do you have a sweet potato hat? Yes, he does.
Yes, right there.
Old South.
Old
who
South.
Said this? I forgot.
Who sent it. You have to forgive me. We get so many.
My cookbook, was it Miss Nancy? Sent the cookbook. I don't remember if I told last time, but I got a letter from her.
You got a letter. You told me you got a letter from the lady who sent the cookbook to you, and that's all I know.
I think it was Miss Nancy. And I don't have the letter here with me. But it's an old cookbook, and it's really nice. And I have used a couple of recipes in it. And I did film one, but I haven't edited it, and I don't know when I will get it edited, maybe. And
okay.
So,
Mudcat's asking a question. I was asked here a while back by Mr. Chris. Said, what is that bright star in the southwest? Chris asked me that same question about a week ago, and I told him that I would look it up and let him know, and I've been so busy that I have not had a chance.
Miss Nadia wants to know, how long does it take for pumpkins to harvest?
They can go all the way to a frost almost. I mean,
once they start turning colors.
When they start turning dark orange and the plant starts dying, you can pretty much take them out.
Yeah. If it's going to be a frost, do you leave them?
A frost probably won't hurt one of them.
We look like two kids. Y'all, who wants to tell me what that is?
Who?
Let's see if any of them get it right.
I don't know. Let's see here.
They said there's also a bright star
in the northeast. I do know about that. Yes, I do.
All right.
Marcent says, do y'all drink herbal tea? And if so, which ones? I don't. I don't drink nothing but this right here.
And
you see that right there? That's all I drink is water. For the last 20 years of my life, all I have drank is water.
Miss Terry got it right. Lemonade. It is lemon juice, but it's lemonade. Homemade lemonade.
Homemade.
I made some a while ago, and so it is very Chris's lemons. Yes.
Yes.
I looked up a recipe for homemade lemonade just to see, because I didn't want it too sweet or anything, and it turned out this. I don't even know whose recipe it was on a blog or something, and it turned out really, really good. So it is homemade lemon juice, and I've got little jugs of lemon juice in the freezer to make homemade lemon juice lemonade whenever I get ready to. Plus I have some in the fridge for a few days.
Oh man, this chat's running by so fast. Let's see here. Okay, Margie Stevens is the next one. Okay, Danny, how to bank sweet potatoes in the ground over the winter at 33rd parallel, Central Alabama, I guess. They are currently planted south facing up next to the block foundation wall. You know, we used to, even in the deep south, my daddy told me how, we used to dig a hole in the ground, and I lined it with hardware cloth so the rats couldn't get in there to it, and we put pine straw down in it, and we put our sweet potatoes down in the ground, and we covered it up with a piece of tin, and put dirt over the top of it, and that's where we kept our sweet potatoes. And I did that up until the let's just say late 80s. late 1980s, and they done fine. But here lately, it has been, it don't work for us now. But now up around the 33rd parallel, it's possible that it might still work to do that for y'all, but it don't work here.
Yeah, we've got so many insects and ants. And
it is bad here now.
It's crazy. So tell them why you were on the Cub today. I don't know that we ever got into that.
Oh, we haven't gotten into that. Okay, we just kind of gave them a
We
tease.
kinda
We kind of teased you a little bit, I suppose. But we started at daylight this morning. I had 6 5-gallon buckets of corn, shelled corn that cornmeal need to be made out of. And we had 2 elderly gentlemen that had contacted us about coming over. And, well, I say elderly, they're a little bit older than me. I mean, but they contacted me about coming over and asked me would I grind theirs also.
Gotta give it a minute. Okay, sorry guys.
This morning was actually in the mid-40s, and I told Wanda, I said, this is probably going to be the best chance we get to do it. So we jumped out there before daylight, got everything set up, and we got the mill kind of tweaked pretty good. I ran a 5-gallon bucket of corn for chickens to feed in it first, got it set down really like I wanted it, and then we just started dumping our corn in there. And I'm going to tell you what, I think this is the fastest we ever ground cornmeal.
It worked amazing.
It was amazing.
And then we actually got ours done before Mr.
Levis showed up around somewhere around
8:30,
8:15 to 8:30, something like that. Just as we was finishing ours up, and we poured his in there and got his done within 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes, just a few minutes, and it turned out pretty good.
Let's see if I can get this.
That was me and Mr. Levis sitting out there. We were talking. Now, me and Mr. Levis have known each other for quite a few years.
And there's something about that picture. If y'all could pull it up, both men. I took it on purpose, and I bet nobody figures it out.
Oh. Both of us have one thing in common in that picture, if you can find it. I want to see how many people can find what's common in that picture. Go back and look at it. Stop the thing right now. Back up and look at that picture and see if you find one common thing between me and Mr. Levis. We had one thing in common.
It was funny. That's why I took the pictures the way I did, because I could pull it up and see what they had in common. It was funny.
Nope, it's not coveralls.
Or overalls.
Not overalls. Nope.
He didn't have overalls on.
He didn't have overalls on.
He just had blue
jeans. He just had
jeans
blue
on.
jeans on. Nope, not the bib overalls, not overalls. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, we're not wearing the same. Well, we are wearing both. No, he had a different kind of shirt on than I did.
Yeah, you just had a t-shirt on. Your hats weren't alike, nothing like that. The beards, no.
Nope, not beards.
He actually don't have a beard.
No, he don't have a beard. That's what I was thinking to say.
He don't do beards.
Hats, nope. Same hat, nope. Marker, nope.
T-Bear's getting close.
T-Bear got close, but
it's not the hands in the pocket.
Hands in the pocket, nope. Wearing the same hat, nope. Hand in the pocket, nope. Pistol, nope. Hands in the pocket. Standing the same way, nope. Left
I don't
hand.
think they're gonna see it.
Come on, guys. It's as plain as the nose on your face.
You know that little thing you used to see where you had to figure out what's going on?
Both slim, nope. Hands on the hip, nope, nope.
It
Sharpie.
has to do with the hands.
Nope.
I'm giving you a clue.
Flies open, nope. You both are going commando, nope.
Pants are silk.
Pen in the pocket, nope.
I gave. They're
These
both
are
handsome and sexy. That's pretty good. That's
both have nope. Come on, guys, look at it. Look back. It's as plain as the nose on your face. If you stop,
I didn't give him a hint. It's the hands.
If you stop and just pay attention, both of us have exactly the same thing.
Well, not exactly.
Well, not exactly, but we both have same
right,
nose.
Let me put
gloves
it back
in the pocket. Miss Wanda, put it back up there a minute. Some people can't back up. Back up. Now, guys, look at this picture Miss Wanda's putting up there now.
If I can keep it still.
Look at that picture.
All right, are they catching it?
Nope. Nope. Annette Crawford.
Where? Tip of a thumb missing. Well, if you look at Danny's...
Bandaged finger. Actually, Marie got it right.
Both of them had bandaged fingers.
Yeah, we both had bandaged... Well, wait, look. Now, we both did lose the end of our thumbs. Now, that ain't no lie.
That is a clue. That is true.
That is true.
But
That's true.
Danny lost his a long time ago.
I lost mine a long time ago. I mean...
Show what was going on. Where's yours today?
Oh, here's... I took the bandage off. Now, y'all don't get too grotesque on me here, but you see this right here? I almost cut my finger half off. And then the end of it is, well, let me get up there a little closer, like right there. The end of it's still pretty bad. But, Miss Wanda said, you need to go have that stitched up. I said, I ain't going back to no doctor. I said, I refuse to go to a doctor. I said, bring me some stuff. I'll fix it myself, you know. And,
well, we knew what they did when he lost the whole end of his thumb, and we still had the stuff from that left over. So I done what we did before.
We just did what they done to me at the hospital when I lost the end of my thumb right there. And I told her, I said, we got the same stuff.
It's healing up. I mean, it wasn't as bad. It's not near as bad, but
it cut to the bone.
Tell them what you did to make that.
No, I was using if y'all know what a hole cutting saw is, it's round, and you know you drill holes in wood with a round saw. Not a paddle bit, but a round hole saw. I was holding a piece of wood, trying to get it started because I had an X drawn on it. I wanted to get the bit right in the center of it, and I was holding it to get it started. And the drills nowadays are not variable speed. You squeeze them, and they're 0 to wide open when you touch the trigger. And I barely touched the trigger. And when I did, that thing spun. And when it did, it come across, and that thing cut me right to the bone, right down through here. And then it cut the whole end of my finger open across the end there. And I sit there, I said, really? Did this just really happen to me? You know?
Hey, Jennifer. And then when Mr. Levis got here, he said he'd...
Oh, I just hurt my leg again. Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Oh, no. No. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
What'd you do? Bend it backwards the wrong way?
Same thing that happened to it before.
Well, you need to stand up.
I don't know. I got to get up here. Oh, my
Give
goodness.
him a minute. Well, Mr. Levis got here, and...
I can't put no pressure on it no more. It's the same thing again.
Well, go put your thing on if you can.
I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, he messed his knee up again. It's not funny, but I don't know where his thing is. I may have to go get his, what do you call that?
My knee brace.
Knee brace. Y'all may have to give me a minute to get a knee brace. But Mr. Levis got here, and he had cut the end of his thumb off with the, what'd you say, a table saw, I think.
Yeah, he cut off with a table saw. I felt it pop when I moved it.
Yeah, all he did is just move it just enough just to get his knee out of joint. And he hadn't done that in a year probably. It's been a long time.
Over a year.
And then when that happens, he can't hardly put any weight on it till it gets better. So that's what's going on. I'm gonna you gonna be able to make it or no? You need me to get a brace.
It's not, my leg's messed up now.
Okay. Danny's gonna sit here and I'm gonna hunt a brace.
Oh my goodness. Okay, guys.
What a thing to happen on live.
What a thing to happen on a live stream. I am so sorry. My leg, I was sitting here and I had it double to the side, and when I went to move it, it popped. And that's the same thing that happened to my leg when I messed it up 2 years ago. And I have had zero problem with it, literally zero problem with it for almost 2 years now. And
you hadn't had to wear the brace in.
I haven't wore a brace in over a year. And I knew when it popped, I knew something had happened.
Yeah, he had to get up and move a minute.
I had to get up because y'all just have to excuse me. I got to put this brace back on my leg. See if I can get some of this pain out of it because it's hurting.
Yeah, and
I think it's what it is. I tore the meniscus in it, And
yeah, and he just messed it up again.
Well.
Okay, so.
Oh boy.
Anyway, we got the cornmeal ground today, and then after
Yep.
Mr. Levis left, Danny cleaned up stuff a little bit. The honeybees were already hitting us before Mr. Levis even left.
Somebody
in the area
honeybees. Brought honeybees in, and guys, them things. I've never seen honeybees.
The only time they've ever been this
come
bad,
to cornmeal. I mean, they came to the cornmeal. I've never seen that
they've
happen.
come to the syrup.
They usually come to the syrup. Now I got to cut syrup this cane this week. I'm gonna be screwed up.
The problem is we've never seen honeybees this bad, except when we got honeybees, and one time they did not bring the queen. They waited a day or two and then brought the queen, and we couldn't even go outside. We couldn't go to our garden. We couldn't do anything because the bees would have just swarmed you. And that's kind of what it was like today. The bees were just swarming everywhere, but they loved that cornmeal for whatever reason. And Danny had to take the blower and blow the cornmeal off the meal and all this stuff, and wash. What was the piece you washed?
The shaker screen.
Yeah.
They call it a bolt or something like that. That's what they call it.
Yeah, so he finally got that done, and Jennifer says what's going wrong with her knee too. And then we went in, we got something to eat, and then we went to the prepper shack, and Danny sat there and sifted a little bit of chicken feed out of it that was left in there, which was just the husk and stuff, and then I packed up while he was sifting through it. All that cornmeal. We had seven.
This ain't good.
7 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
And we got that done. What else? Oh, you picked up a bunch of pecans.
I picked up a bunch of pecans. A lot of pecans. I'm up to 7.
They say even bees love Danny corn.
Yeah. I'm up to 7 5-gallon buckets of pecans now.
We have some comfrey salve somewhere. Miss Slippy sent some. I got it sitting in there.
Oh man.
Do you need a hammer? Yeah.
This is not good.
Yeah, you're gonna be in some soreness for a few days now. He'll have to wear the brace again for a while. He'll quit wearing it.
It's gonna be bad. I can tell you now.
You quit wearing it for a while. It's been.
I ain't wore this brace in almost a year.
Yeah, I was thinking it'd been close. Yeah, one of our subscribers sent a knee brace that has worked really, really good. We had bought 1 or 2 different types, and they just didn't seem to give his knee any support. But this one, the way it's made, works really, really well.
The thing about it is it don't never swell. It never does swell. Something in my knee just gets out of whack. I don't know what it is, but I know one thing: when it happens, I can't put no weight on it. Period. I'll probably be on a cane for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Darlene says, I hear my daddy's voice, walk it off. That's usually what they would say, walk it off.
Yeah, they wanted to do surgery, and I never would let them. And military teaches you if you do everything in reverse, that it'll heal itself, and that's what I did, and it had healed itself. And some way I sit here with my leg folded back right here.
And you just straightened it out?
And I just straightened it out, and when I did, it popped, and boy, it...
Okay, you can answer that one. Darren, how did the air layering turn out?
Oh, the air layering turned out fine. We have videos showing how it turned out. We have trees in the high tunnel right now that we air layered. All of them are just like, we've got like 3 feet of growth on several of them. I mean, they're doing fantastic. Beautiful trees.
The mulberries The mulberries.
Mulberries are doing really good.
The leaves are like this big around,
Yeah.
and I bet they're what, close to 6 foot tall, 7.
They're getting on up there. They're getting pretty big.
And
And
then-
I found 2 more over at Deepsouth that I'd stuck down in the edge of the pond just to see if they would grow, and they were putting on new leaves. So I went over and dug them up, and they had good roots on them. So I got them in pots. They're doing pretty good.
All right. Designed to see. Set 2C said, from a Google search, bees get protein from the cornmeal, and some beekeepers add other things like soy and syrup. So cornmeal's a good thing for bees, so that's
Yeah.
why they were after it.
Well, they were definitely there. They were hundreds of them, looked like.
Okay.
Let's see here. Kansas Terry said my air layering worked, just fine.
We had a lot of people say that it did. If he hadn't put the knee brace on his knee, I would have him show it to you. But he's done put it on his knee to kind of keep it stable so he don't move it the wrong way.
Yeah. It's if I try to straighten it or if I move it, it hurts. It hurts bad.
What do you know about growing persimmons?
Oh.
We actually harvested 2 this week.
We did harvest 2 off of our tree over at Deepsouth. Growing persimmons is, there really ain't nothing to it. Grafting persimmons is a lot worse than growing persimmons. I have successfully grafted just about every tree that I know of except a persimmon tree. I have failed at persimmons. Now they'll grow up and start getting a tree limb on them, but they always die. These are the 2 persimmons we got off of our one tree over at Deepsouth.
They were supposed to be.
These were supposed to be the Fuyu persimmons, but
somebody said that's not a Fuyu.
These things are as hard as an apple, and they're just as orange as they can be. Now I haven't bit into one of them to see if it's bitter or not.
We hadn't sliced it yet.
Mulberries need good rich soil and not too much water, but enough to keep them going really good. They like to be damp, but they don't like to be wet.
Okay, I've got pictures. This is of this is the plants you got from Miss Vicky. Let's see if I can hold it up and they can see what it looks like. All right, what are these now?
These are the Miss Vicky sent us this past week. Had us sent from Edible Acres YouTube channel. Has a YouTube channel. She sent us some Carpathian walnuts and I guess it's called the American hazelnut. And we got them in. They were in good shape. The plants, the roots, they weren't wet, but they weren't dried out either. But I did get them into some pots and get them watered up as quickly as I could, so that so that they'd stand a good chance. And we got them in the high tunnel so that they try to do good.
Did I put up?
Huh?
Did I put the video up of the smokehouse after you?
But I don't even know. Check on your phone right quick and see.
Well, this is it. I'm gonna show them a quick. This is
Okay.
Deepsouth.
No, you haven't, but
This is Deepsouth, so y'all gonna have to go over to Pecan Grove to figure this one out.
this is where we're at.
The Beyond Epic Smokehouse. What do y'all think? Let me see if I can find. This is what it's looking like. That's the back of it.
That's the backside, yeah.
So what do y'all think of a smokehouse? I can't remember if I put the video up or not. If I didn't, I'll put it up this week.
I don't think you have. TJ Cat says, how can I tell my sweet potatoes are ready? Usually it's about 125 days from the day you plant them, depending on the variety. 125 is just a, God, my knees, it's come out of socket or something, it feels like. It's usually like 125 days. Some of them's 90 days, some of them's 100 days. But 125 seems to be seems to just be a, a standard.
Okay, I'm gonna show them this. This is the. Let me see if I can get it where y'all can see it. The recipe book that I got from Miss Nancy that I talked about last time. That is an apple spice, like a coffee cake that was in there, and it is really, really good. So I have made stuff with that, and I finished up the apples yesterday. 80 pounds of apples canned. Well, not quite, because I got 4 Granny Smith and 4 Honeycrisp to eat fresh. So I canned all 80 pounds of apples. I did 10 quarts. You need to go sit down. We can always quit. 10 quarts of sweet potatoes, and then I did 1 5-gallon bucket of my lemons and made lemon juice.
Lapeer says, I haven't cut my air grass from the tree yet. Will they overwinter on the tree? No, you need to get them off the tree. As soon as they start putting on some roots, you need to get them off the tree as quickly as possible and get them in some pots where they start making their own roots, because they'll eventually die if you don't.
Yeah, I think I put the smokehouse up, but I haven't put since he's painted it and showing the inside. So we will do that first of the week. But y'all got to go over to Pecan Grove. I'm trying to get people over to Pecan Grove. I can't remember I've been so busy this week. Would we like loquats? We
have 4 pretty good sized loquat trees over here at Pecan Grove. They are blooming right now. They have blooms on them. Now whether they'll make it or not this year, I don't know. But we do have 4 loquats over here now.
Yeah, last year was the first time we had eaten loquats. We didn't even know what they were like, and they were delicious.
They were really delicious. Yeah.
We're glad to have these trees are over 6 foot tall, 7 foot tall.
They're about 6 foot tall. Yeah.
Yeah, they saw the video without the paint. Okay. We are tired.
We are tired. We
started at 6 this morning.
6 o'clock this morning. I just finished a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they said last they saw was no door or no stain.
Yeah, I didn't think you had put that video up yet.
Yeah, so that'll probably be like Monday, maybe.
It depends. We'll see.
No, I've got this one. You did too. I don't know. We got a couple of videos. It'll be up next week. Thank you, my crooked little homestead. I'm trying to get the kitchen where it's what, 3/4 finished, maybe. We're not going to be able to finish all of it right now because I want brick around the, what do you call it, the backsplash. We have the brick, but just to make the mess, to fix it right now.
Yeah.
And then he's got to put the finishing touches around the ceiling of the cabinets. And what else do we like? The flooring.
Yeah.
We're almost finished with the kitchen. We're getting there. What was for supper tonight?
Oh, supper tonight? I had hamburger from our cows, hamburger patty from our cows, looked like grilled onions, French fries from Azure Standard, cheese from Azure Standard.
Our dill pickles that I made.
Dill pickles that Wanda made tonight. Yeah, it was good. As a matter of fact, it was really good.
Yeah, we like the earlier time too.
Yeah, I can't get used to this time, guys. This time has me so messed up. I am so aggravated. I'm waking up at 2:30 in the morning because I usually get up around 3:30. Now I'm waking up at 2:30. Can't go back to sleep. And then about 4:30, I start dozing. And next thing I know, I wake up and it's almost 6 o'clock, and I'm so aggravated.
Oh, Robert Mitchell said, Danny, I'm going to have to stop watching your show because every time you build something, I have to build it too. I've just about done building my new high tunnel now. Okay, you got a smokehouse and a syrup building to do. Is there a specific way to grow persimmon from seeds?
Not really. Just usually persimmon seeds are so prolific. If you stick them in the ground, them rascals grow. They're invasive if they ever get started going. Now, not the tame ones, but the wild ones are pretty much invasive if they get to going.
Yeah, by 7, 8 o'clock, we're both ready to go to bed most nights, and it's like, oh man. So we have to be able to stay awake a little longer.
Yeah.
How long should I let beets sit after pickling before opening and eating them? That's I don't know. I don't do beets.
I would give them I would probably give them a couple of weeks for the vinegar, to actually crisp them up really, really crisp. That's what I would think.
What kind of counter is in the kitchen? It is,
Well, we have two different kinds. We have what's called a live edge on the bar, a piece of poplar that's live edge, and then the regular kitchen countertops are Formica.
Yeah, it's a black look of, it's the prefab Formica. We ordered those and put those down. Robert Mitchell said he built the epic smokehouse like yours. So he is building a lot, isn't he?
I've actually made a few changes to this new one on the inside from what the old one was. I think I'm going to like this one a lot better. Let's see here. My Crooked Little Homestead said they wait 2 weeks to taste their pickled beets, and that's usually about 1 to 2 weeks. You need to let them set to give them time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Trying to put this there.
Okay.
What else have we done? I mean, I've been canning. My week has pretty much been canning.
Yeah, yours has been canning all week. I've been running
following
all
you
week.
around with the fire and building the fire in the furnace and all. He was really pleased with the furnace. He wanted to go ahead and chop cane and make syrup that day. He was so excited. He said, "Now I'm ready."
I was ready to cut that cane and cook it that day, but now
I said, "No,
I'm gonna have my hands full now because now I can't walk and I'm gonna be out there trying to strip that cane and trying to cut it down and load it.
We'll get it.
It's not gonna be fun now.
And he picked up a lot of pecans. We got rain this week. That was the other thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got 2.5 inches of rain this week. We got 1/2 inch one day and 2 inches the next day, and that was such a blessing. I'm gonna tell you, it was a blessing.
Emerald Waterlife says she's canning cranberry sauce and cranberry juice. Yeah, I ordered the cranberries twice from Azure and canned cranberry juice.
We juiced lemons. You juiced lemons this week. That's what you did.
I made cranberry sauce twice and canned it. We like to have it off and on throughout the year. Yeah, we were really glad to have a rain.
Oh, we were.
Danny worked the first day out in it.
I worked out in it all day. I didn't even come inside. I just stayed out in the rain all day.
I was canning, and I went out a couple of times to do stuff, and you don't even get wet. I mean, it was drizzling rain, but when you came in, you weren't even wet. And we're used to when it rains, you're soaked in 2 seconds. But the second day, it rained off and on pretty hard.
Yeah.
It drizzled all day, but I think it rained off and on.
Oh, let's see here.
So I'm trying to see what else. Juice and satsumas, we didn't have, well, we had a few, but we ate those fresh.
Yeah.
We ate all our satsumas fresh. I didn't have that many of them. There was a couple of dozen. Or what was it, about 30 or so. I can't remember.
I don't even remember. 36 of them or something like that.
But 39
we ate those. Of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I've made just about any kind of apple stuff there was, just about it in the last few days. And still got the peelings. I did some apple cider twice. Still got peelings from 3 batches of apples that I froze the peelings, so I've got something else to do with those.
You know, Sue Jared is saying something other there that most people aren't talking about right now. About the atmospheric rivers. That's one thing that we're facing now with this new weather modification, is that we're not getting normal rains anymore. Everything now is an atmospheric river. The water is being held up in the upper atmosphere, and when it gets so heavy that it can't hold it anymore because of the updrafts and these thunderstorms, the water literally comes down. We're talking anywhere from 10 to 20 inches at a time. The standard old 1 and 2 inch rainfalls, you know, just about don't hardly exist anymore in some of these thunderstorms. And that's why we're seeing such flooding in places, is because these atmospheric rivers that's taking place.
Now, Tony Miles said, I worked for 28 years with a guy that you went to school with. I'm not sure if he's talking
I don't know.
You, me, or somebody in the chat.
Oh.
Didn't have a bunch.
Catherine says, I've canned for 2 years and I'm terrified to eat any of it. Why? I mean, what's the worst that can happen to you?
When you open it up, check it and see. I mean, if you know you followed all the rules, it's sealed. And if it's there, take a jar of whatever you like to eat, open it up, smell of it, don't shake it at all. Just be easy and open it up. Look inside and make sure there's nothing growing. Smell of it. If it smells like what it's supposed, if it's apples and it smells like apples and there's nothing growing in it, take a small taste, see if it tastes like apples. If it tastes good, then sit and eat your apples. That's the big thing. If it smells funky or it's got stuff growing in it, pitch it.
Oh, Tony says my best friend is Mark Hatton. Me and Mark grew up together. Yes, him and he's married to Elizabeth. I guess they're still married. But Mark and me, we go way back. I mean, literally way back.
Yeah, Miss Lippy says if it has bubbles, throw it away.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying don't shake it, because you want to know that it just sitting when you first open a jar. Because if you shake it, it might change everything and you might not be able to tell.
Heat does not kill botulism. No. You can still have botulism even though you heat it up. Mm-hmm. Now, heat does kill certain bacterias, but lots of times it doesn't take care of botulism.
What is the best wireless hole puncher to exterminate fox and coyotes? Fox has got his chickens yesterday.
Oh, no.
It met a Gaston Glock.
I mean, Wanda has seen me take them out with a 270, but I've killed many a fox and coyote with that 270. But now 22 Magnum or a 223, you know, either one of them will do the job. A 223 is probably the top weapon for taking out coyotes and stuff like that. Or 243, 223, those are really flat trajectory shooting guns, and they usually really do really good jobs.
Yeah, we're eating some of our stuff that we canned in 2019. I've pretty much gotten rid of everything 18 and beyond, and we're working on the last of 2019, and we don't have any problems. I mean, that's what, right at 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, we eat stuff from
especially green beans, because we canned so many green beans several years ago that the green beans is something that they last quite a few years. A lot of the jams and jellies, after 4 or 5 years, they'll turn darker, and they're still good, but they won't hold their color after the first year or two. They still taste okay, they still work and stuff, but they might lose their potency. But if something makes it on my shelf to 5 years and I see it, it usually goes away. We usually get rid of it. Is it too late to plant pineapple?
Not really, if you can keep it out of, as long as you don't let it freeze. That's the whole issue. If you don't let it freeze, if you can keep it out of the cold all winter, you can plant them anytime. Just keep them out of the cold.
Yeah, we plan on trying to pot some up and deal with them for the winter time. Trying to think, is there anything else? We may have to cut it short tonight so he can get up and move around. He may not want to move around.
I'm
You're gonna have to go sit down and prop this
well,
leg
I'm gonna have
up.
to go figure out how I can put it where it's not in pain.
Yeah. Applesauce is still good even if it turns brown.
Turning brown is called oxidation.
Yeah, you just might not have got enough.
You didn't get enough citric acid in it.
And I had somebody asked about my apples. They said, oh, they're probably GMO apples because they didn't turn brown. No, these are organic apples from Azure Standard. They came from Oregon. And they didn't turn brown because I put a lot of citric acid in them. I have real lemons that I put lemon juice. Plus I had some citric acid and some fruit fresh. And I just kind of put some of both the citric acid and lemons in there. So mine didn't turn brown. They will in a jar after a few days or a few months or something. They will.
Oh, let's see here. Let's see. I mean, we've had a pretty decent week this week. A lot of people have asked me about the updates on what we've been going through over at Deepsouth, and to be honest with you, Wanda and I are ending up with everything that we wanted out of the situation. The Lord has really spoke to me a lot about this situation. He showed me a verse in Luke, I want to say Luke chapter 22, somewhere along in there, which said, those things which are done in secret will be shouted from the rooftop. In other words, they'll be made public, and which that is going to happen. Wanda and I, we like two brief little things I've got to get taken care of, and it'll pretty much be over with. The gentleman that is over all of it is off on a hunting trip this coming week, or we'd take care of it this week. When he gets back, I just need to see something in writing, and as soon as we get that in writing, everything will be taken care of. I can give you, for instance, one of the big issues that we were really wanting for a long, long time was to have garbage pickup at our mailbox. Because the garbage company would always tell us, no, we can't come down that road because it's private property. And finally this week, Wanda and I got word that we can get our garbage picked up at our driveway now, instead of having to take it almost a quarter of a mile up the road and putting it beside a blacktop road. That's something we've been wanting for years, and we finally have achieved that, got that done. There's a few other things, that we're waiting on. And at some point, I'll give you guys a complete update on everything that happened, because, I have proof that the people that are involved in it are actually watching us on our YouTube videos. As a matter of fact, they're probably watching us tonight, and which doesn't bother me. The Lord showed me in Proverbs that He said, "The wicked." I'm just going to paraphrase it. The wicked I've given to you for an inheritance. In other words, all the possessions of the wicked, the Lord says, I'm going to give them to the righteous or the just at the end. And that gives us comfort to know that that God is there for us. He's always taking care of us. Everything that people thought's been done in secret, we've been shown. We knew about it when it happened. And Wanda and I have had some things that we've been wanting to have done for years over there. And God has raised up the wicked people to actually do it for us. They did all the footwork. We had to do nothing, and we're getting everything we want now. So that's really a blessing to us. That when you lean on the Lord actually takes care of you. He makes sure everything comes to fruition, and it brings joy to our heart. I raise my hand. I praise the Lord every day for what He's doing. And there was one thing that came out of it that I thought was really, really good. Since I've been a young man, I've known every sheriff in Stone County personally. I've been personal friends with every sheriff in Stone County since I've been a young guy. Well, we have a new sheriff that I've known about because he was on the coast. I've known of him, but I never did know him personally.
He started in January.
Yeah, he started in January of this past year, and I just haven't had a chance to meet him. Well, I actually invited him and his chief deputy out to Deepsouth Homestead, and they took. I want you to come by the office, and let's sit down, and you know, you have an open invitation to my office now. So I think that's good. Me and him seem to get along really well, and he appreciated me sharing some things with him that's in the area right there. And I'm looking forward to going to his office and spending some more time with him, getting to know him. He seems like a wonderful guy. Of course, time will tell, you know. But like I said, I've known every sheriff since I've been a young man, and I hope to get to know this guy personally as well, because I think in the long run, me and him's going to have a lot in common we can talk about.
Let me answer this now. No, we have not sold Deepsouth.
No.
We may in the future, but we have not. We've been doing a lot of renovations. We've got a lot going on over there, and we just had some issues with land over there.
Yeah, we had a few land issues.
We've had that for many years.
It's nothing new. These
but
people.
This time it's settled. It's going to be.
This time
okay.
It will be settled. I mean, these people have been doing this for years and years and years, and finally Wanda and I knew we were going to be moving, so we were like, you know what? Let's just let them do the dirty work for us, you know, and that way, you know, we just decided, you know, we couldn't get the garbage truck down there because they said we can't turn around at the end of the road. Well, you know,
they fixed all that.
They fixed all that. We didn't even have to. You know, they went down there and made it an emergency turnaround, and I'm like, hey. So I got back in contact with everybody, and they all work with me because I'm born and raised here. I know everybody, and so everybody worked really good with me, and hey, it's good to go now. So it's a win-win. And plus, the new owners of Deepsouth Homestead, I think, are going to really be happy with all the decisions that we're making.
Yeah.
That was our main goal all along, is because we're going to be getting rid of Deepsouth Homestead. We wanted the next owners to not have to deal with the things we're having to deal with, so we're just going ahead and letting it happen and get taken care of right now. Mm-hmm. And plus, we want it where the kids can ride their bicycles all up and down the road and around the circle at the end and back and forth and all that, and not have to worry about, you know, getting in trouble from somebody. Plus, you know, the law told us now that it's a county road, the area through there, they don't have to worry about any legal ramifications or anything. They can come and go as they please out of there. So it's a win-win, you know, really for everybody.
All right.
But please don't quit praying. Now, we have two other issues.
We got it.
We do have two more issues that's pretty much done, and they've already been, you know, we've already been told it's going to happen. I just want it in writing. So don't quit praying. You know, don't quit praying, because I want to make sure that we get those things done.
Yeah, and just pray that, you know, the Lord sends us a buyer for Deepsouth in the future. We're not ready to sell yet, unless somebody wants it as is. We're doing some upgrades and stuff, and we've been doing upgrades for about the last 4 years, because we knew at some point we would probably be selling. So a lot of things over 4 years has gotten done.
Yeah.
We just still have 3 or 4 things that have to be done, and we got a lot going on here at Pecan Grove too. So
we do, yeah.
It's hard to build it to places.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you know, in our age, you just, you know, you can only do so much. You know, like right now, my knee got messed up. I mean, I don't know how long I'm gonna be incapacitated. It could be weeks before I'm able to do anything again. And I do covet your prayers for my knee. You know, I mean, it just one of them things that just slipped up on me. I didn't know it was going to happen. It just happened.
That's usually what happens with his knee.
Yeah.
It'll be fine for a long time, and then just some little simple something.
Yeah.
We do have some Danny corn seed.
Yeah, we do have some we might put up on Etsy. I just don't know when. I mean,
right now with what I've got going on with Canon, and I've got to work on the house. I've got boards and stuff I've got to get done for the house, and because I'm trying to get the inside finished. I just don't have time to put a lot of things on Etsy. Mainly right now our books are on Etsy,
Yeah.
And that's about it. Danny's sweet potato manual,
English
carrot,
peas and carrots.
and English pea manuals.
Yeah.
That's about all I have over there, I
Yeah,
think.
we just we didn't get to put any sugar cane up this year because we really didn't know how much of it we was gonna need when we cook out here. So we still don't know. Um,
Yeah, so we don't know if we're going to sell
I don't know if we're
sugarcane.
gonna
I
sell
had
any
told
or
a lot
not.
of people that we would sell in October, and that just didn't happen because it was so hot.
It stayed hot for so long.
And it's still hot, and it's the middle of November.
Yeah, the middle of November and still hot. I mean, it's just we got this little cool down coming next weekend. A little Arctic blast coming in here, but it's supposed to warm right back up behind it all the way to doggone near Christmas time, and that sucks, I mean, that's terrible.
Danny's daughter Jennifer is in here, and if anybody's looking for land or homes in Mississippi, she is a licensed realtor here in Mississippi, and she can help anybody. So Jennifer Johnson, and Jennifer, I think you can put your contact information, whatever you are, feel free to put across there. Since you're a moderator, you can put your information there. If you want to.
Yeah.
We've got a lot going on, but Jennifer will be handling Deepsouth in the future when we get there.
Yeah, when we put it up there, my daughter Jennifer in here will be the one handling it. We're just making a lot of changes to it. I mean, we want
time. So we will be having a giveaway every Saturday night in December on the live stream, and then over on Pecan Grove, in the videos, Danny will mention at some point we'll have about 6 or 7 things we might give away there. So you just have to be watching the live streams and Pecan Grove videos to find out in December. It won't start till December.
No, we've had no vandalism at Deepsouth Homestead. No,
No.
No, we haven't had any vandalism.
Nobody messes with anything.
And we have not gotten our onions yet. Now that was one thing that I was sure hoping for, was our onions before it starts raining this coming week, to have them in the ground. But we don't have any onions yet.
Yeah, I thought they would have been in this week, and they haven't showed up yet. And I guess we're just waiting. Yeah, we're having lots of buffering. I don't know why. Last week it didn't seem to buffer hardly at all, and this week it seems to be buffering more. So.
And it's a perfectly clear, bright blue night. There.
Oh, it was beautiful last night.
Last night I got up at 1:30 and walked out and looked at the supermoon, and literally it was so bright it hurt my eyes to look at it, and I had to come back inside and see spots for the next hour, But.
And early this morning when we went out, the sky was totally clear. You could see all the little stars, everything, and you could see the moon. Where was the moon this morning?
The moon, well, early this morning was right over here.
Yeah.
Late last night it was over there, I mean. But,
yeah.
But Jennifer's right. There's cameras all over the place at Deepsouth. If anybody does anything, they're just caught.
Nobody ever mess with anything.
You'd be a fool. Terry says she got her onions from Dixondale today. We didn't order from Dixondale this year. We went with Hoss Tool, and I called Greg and talked to him, and
I thought they would have shipped.
And I thought surely they would be here by now. But
I think they were supposed to ship the 12th, and today is the 16th, so,
they could have come today. We just didn't check them. I didn't check. I mean.
No, we didn't, did we?
No, we didn't go check. But,
well, we could be saying something didn't come, and it might have come. We may have to check. We may have to take a moonlit ride to find out.
Yeah.
All right, so what else we got going on so you can go lay down?
That's about it.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock. It's about time for us to get off of here. The moon was, guys, I don't know how to explain this. It came up in the wrong place, and it sat in the wrong
Lippy
place.
said they start shipping the 18th. Maybe we were off a week.
Maybe we were. But I noticed last night when I went out and looked at the moon, because it was supposed to be the last supermoon of 2024, I went out to look at it, and it came up way in the southeast, and it set in the northwest. And I was like, that don't ever happen here. And I was kind of confused about that. Of course, I hadn't really thought about it much until y'all mentioned it just then, but I did think about it last night. And I'm not sure why or what was going on with that.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. All right, prayer request. Trying to think, there was Miss Lippy's brother.
Fell.
He's back in
the hospital. I saw a person a while ago mention that they had a family member that passed away with brain cancer.
And my mom hurt her back last week. I think it was last week.
We need to,
Mom in prayer.
whether we like our new president or not, we need to pray for him. You know, whether you like him or not, because we're not out of the woods yet, guys. Okay, let's just be honest about it. We're not out of the woods.
Pray that we can, that things will go back. Well, I don't know that they'll ever go
nothing
back
will
to
go.
anything,
Nothing will go back
but
to
then
anything.
we can steer it in the good
but
direction.
that the new normal will be something that we can all be kind of,
yeah,
live
we can
with.
get out of the old normal. If that makes sense.
Yeah, oh,
the last
Lord.
4-year normal.
Let's just pray we can all get back to some sort of reality again, I guess.
Everybody's saying the moon's in a different spot.
Yeah, it just
Pamela
seems
has
weird.
severe appendicitis attack. But y'all need to keep the president very much in.
Yeah.
The one that's in there now and the one that's coming up. We've got. I mean, to be honest,
you need to pray for
your president.
You need to pray for all of them. You know.
That's just, to me. I was raised whether you like the president or not. And my mom and dad even went so far to say, as if whether you like the preacher or not, you just kept them in your prayers.
Yeah.
So that was always, teachers, whatever. But
Tony says, look at ordering from Lazy Dog Farms out of Georgia. They're good folks. Lazy Dogs don't like me. That's just a given. He doesn't like me. He used to, but he don't anymore. And I don't know why. I've never done anything to him, but he for some reason don't like me. Let's see.
All right, so would I have a prayer right quick?
Dog Mama said pray for her daughter having trouble with life problems.
I'm trying to remember if there's more.
There's always more, There's
Mhm.
always more.
We've got neighbors that are elderly, and
we got a lot of elderly neighbors around Pecan Grove here that I spoke with this week that's having a lot of physical issues, and we tend to sometimes we tend to forget those that are elderly, and because they don't get out like a lot of the younger people do.
Yeah, you don't see them as often.
Right.
And so unless you make an effort, and Danny did make an effort to
yeah.
See
I made an effort.
while.
I made an effort to go visit with one of them. As a matter of fact, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
And spend some time with them. Something I hadn't done in quite a while. That's my fault. For not spending more time doing stuff like that.
So we've got a lot of people asking for prayers.
Yeah.
For the nations, for the states, the people in the devastated areas due to hurricanes or fires or tornadoes or any type of situation like that.
Okay. Anyway, let's go to the prayer, Lord, and pray to the Lord and see what we can get done. See maybe what His will is for our life today. Father, we're very thankful tonight that You've been with us. You've given us a good chat. We're thankful that we have good moderators. They come in, they help us out when we have problems from wicked people in the world and from trolls and bots and everything else. Thank You for them, Lord, for standing in the gap And we want to lift up prayers tonight, Father, for all those that expressed their concern over physical issues, emotional issues, mental issues, Lord, and ask for prayer. And Father, you saw all these things that's come up. Nothing takes you by surprise. You know all about it. And we're standing in the gap for them tonight on their behalf, asking that you would heal where healing is needed, Lord, and that you'll bless where blessing is needed. And those that have lost loved ones, Father, I do pray that through the trying times of life that it is, to help them to realize that if they're both born again believers in Christ, that the separation is just for a short period of time. They'll be reunited one day and be able to enjoy each other for an eternity after that. And Father, for those that are dealing with all these physical issues, the cancers and all the other physical issues that were mentioned here tonight, Lord, I'm speaking healing in the name of Christ for them, and asking that you will heal their bodies, Father, because this is a disease that has ravaged our country, and is it's a man-made disease. We know it is, and I'm asking that you will please do whatever's necessary, Father, that your will might be done in these situations now. Give comfort where pain is in people's lives, Lord. Comfort them. Give them the ability to carry on through this situation with pain, and give them some relief from it, Father. And Lord, we ask a special prayer over our situation that we're going through right now, that you would give us victory. Well, you've already promised us victory. We don't have to ask for it, but we do thank you. We just want to thank you for the victory you've already gave us, and we appreciate that. We appreciate your word. We appreciate that your word is true, that when you give us your word, it is beyond true, Father. It is set in stone, and thank you for that now. Go with us through the remainder of the night. We pray for our president also and his cabinet that he has chosen. Whether we like anything about it, Father, it is who you've given us. And Father, we just ask your blessing upon him and those that he's chosen now. We ask these things in the name of Christ. Amen. Oh, boy, boy, boy. All right.
The audio, y'all may have to refresh. You got a tip
Oh, let's see here.
or no?
The audio's going on and off. I know that. I'm sorry, guys. I am so sorry about this audio. The devil will attack in any way that he can. And, you know, electronics is one of those things that, you know, I don't have any control over it. That's for sure. And my daughter says that her audio has been just fine. So, I mean,
A lot of them say it's fine.
it-
It could be where you're at. It could be ours connecting to yours. I don't know how all that works.
I don't know.
All I know how to do, and I don't do it well, is set it up. And
we just
go with it.
we just kind
and
of set it up and do the best that we can.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
go in and adjust anything or mess with anything, because
Yeah.
if I go adjust something, I mess something else up. So
Well, we're not. What y'all see with us is what you get. Now, we don't try to.
I'm not tech savvy. Let's
Yeah,
put it
we're
that
not
way.
trying to be somebody that we're not. You know, and we're just plain old country people that we do these live streams because we like to spend some time with our subscribers and our friends, and you know that's always a blessing to us to do that now. And Wanda and I have been doing this now for what, about 6 or 7 years. We've been
Or 8.
8 maybe every Saturday night of our life. We've been right here, except maybe a few, and we've been faithful. So that's what we've been trying to do.
And we are going to be doing the new time at 7 throughout the winter.
Yeah.
We'll pick back up at 8 when the springtime comes. The days get longer so that we can stay out, because up until a month ago, we were staying out till 7 and 7:30 at night getting things done, because it was too hot during the day to do stuff. We had to wait till at least 6 or 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock, before we could even go outside and do stuff.
Right.
And so it was great to do it at 8 o'clock at night. But now, this 7 o'clock. It's dark at 5.
It's dark at 5. You know, it's like irritates the devil out of me.
We're so messed up with, like, what do we do with ourselves? We're usually watering at 7 o'clock at night, and now at 5 o'clock it's already dark and I can't water and I can't do anything. But at least we got rain and I didn't need to water.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But
sit and talk to each other. That's about it.
But anyway, you know, I always look for me to give you a tip, and when I messed my knee up there a while ago, the tip just went out of my head. I'm sitting here trying to see if I can even remember what I was thinking about. Sitting here trying to mentally tell myself that I'm not hurting.
One thing I thought about a while ago, as Christians, we tend to pray for those we want to pray for and not pray for those that we don't really like. And that's not what
that's not what he says.
That's not what he said.
He said, pray for those who despitefully and wrongfully use
Yes.
you. Yes.
And so a lot of people won't pray for, like, our president we have now. And they won't pray for senators that you have or representatives that you have because you don't like them.
Right.
And God didn't say that. That's not what he said. So you're supposed to be praying for them, even though they may be making the wrong decisions and stuff. Who knows, if enough Christians are praying, that there might be a change.
Right.
We got a change right now. We got the opportunity to continue praying for change. So, I mean, look how many people have started seeing the light and seeing that our country's not going in the right direction. And
well, there's some things that most people don't think about. You know, like he was the 45th president and he's the 47th president. If you do the numerical study in Hebrew, 45 and 47, if you take, there is no 47 in the Hebrew numbers. You have to do 40 and then you have to do 7, or you have to do 40 and you have to do 5. And if you find the numerical values of that, and then you find the letters that are involved in those, it creates a particular Hebrew word. And that Hebrew word, I can't really, I would do bad to try to pronounce it. It's kind of like mammy or something like that is how it's pronounced. It means, if you look at it in Hebrew, it actually means a gift from God. And, you know, that is something that I don't think we ever think about. You know, God is called the great geometrician. He does everything by a number, a measure, or a weight. And this particular instance would be no different. Now, I'm not trying to say that, you know, that I'm a supporter in any kind of way. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm trying to take
that
things.
God's given us a reprieve.
God has given
right
us
now.
a reprieve.
That's where you're going.
For right now. That's what it means. It means that we have a little bit of a reprieve.
Not that a person is a gift from God.
No, not that person is.
That's not the way you should be looking at it. That God's given our country a reprieve. And if, as Christians, we should be praying daily and for everybody, everything, because, you know, that's...
But, you know, I mean, on my part tonight, a tip would be, guys, choose your friends very, very wisely. I have made so many mistakes in my past about people that I call my friends who actually turned out to be my enemies and stab you in the back and everything like that. So be very, very careful who you choose and call a friend. That at this point in my life, I have very few friends. I'll be honest with you. That I got a few that work right here around with me. You know, Chris and Tim and different people like that and their wives and all that come over here. My family, you know, that we call friends. But as far as being out into the world out there, we don't have a lot of friends in the world. Not to say that a lot of people are bad people, because a lot of people aren't. It's just that we're not close to a lot of them because we have different views, we have different opinions on things. And when you don't see eye to eye with someone, they don't want to be your friend, you know, and that's just, you know, the Bible says a person who hath friends must show himself friendly, and I try to be as easygoing with everybody as I can. You know, I try not to do anything wrong to anybody, but at the same time, you know,
You have to stand up to your
you've
values.
got to you have certain morals and you have certain values that you have to, if you want to remain Christ-like, that you got to, you got to stand up on. Now, have I made mistakes? I made a lot of mistakes. I've made tons of mistakes that I'm sorry for, and I regret. But I can't go back and change the past. All I can do is ask for forgiveness, and I have to let it go, and move forward with my life. So.
And we have a lot of friends. Yeah, Miss Gill's right. We have a lot of friends here on YouTube.
I mean, on YouTube,
and
yeah.
We know, if we had to live with y'all, we might not like you. But
or you might better that they may not like
they
us.
They wouldn't like us.
Yeah, you may not like me if you had to live with me.
But it's okay. God didn't put us all to live in one house. He put us to be acquaintances, to be friends, and to lift each other up. And at this time in our lives, that's what everybody needs, is the lifting up.
Yes, we need the support from one another.
Support.
Yeah, that's really right.
And we have to stand on our morals. If we do not, they just will continue to wither away. If the last 4 years has shown you nothing at all, I'm telling you, people's morals went out the window when they knew that the law was not going to do anything to them if they did whatever they wanted to do. And we have to make some decisions now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. As a boss, when I owned my companies, I wasn't liked by most of my employees. I mean, when I met with the sheriff this past week, I was asked a particular question, and something about friends, and I told him, I said, look, I'm the kind of person that when something's legal or illegal, friendship don't play no part in it, or if, like when I was working crews, I told him, I said, on my job, I didn't have no friends. I said, when you worked for me, I wasn't your friend. But now, after work in the afternoon and work is over with, if you want to sit down and shoot the bull with me, we'll sit down and shoot the bull all evening long, and we'll enjoy each other's conversation, and we'll just have a blast. But the next morning, when it comes 7 o'clock and it's time to go to work, I'm not your friend,
Show up, do your job.
You show up, you do your job, I pay you, and then at quitting time, hey, we're friends, but we're not friends during that work spell.
And I think that's where most parents make the mistake. They're friends with their children, they're not parents. And when the children do something wrong and backtalk and all this, the parents just kind of back off and let them do it instead of discipline. And I think that's where a lot of us have went wrong for many years, is not giving as much discipline as the children needed. And I'm not saying beat them, but I'm saying stop it when they first backtalk. You stop it to start with when they're 2.
Yeah.
Don't wait till they're 15 and throwing a fit in your face. Stop it at 2.
Yeah, if you haven't corrected a child, I mean, this is what they taught us whenever I was a counselor. If you haven't corrected a child and have them in control by the time they're 5 years old,
you ain't gonna.
You've lost them. You've lost them. You're not going to do it hardly. So, that's. And we live in a very, what do you call it, an entitled generation now, who think that they're entitled to this.
Grown-ups think they're
entitled. Look, that's what I'm talking about. Even the grown-ups, think they're entitled to everything.
I'm just shocked at things I see, especially on the internet. If you just browse through, just browse, and all these little shorts and all this stuff. I'm not on TikTok, and y'all will see Danny on TikTok, but it ain't us. Somebody took our material and put over there. So if you're following somebody on TikTok, you can report them all day long and say, this is not Deepsouth Homestead and this is not Danny.
Right.
But if you get something out of the messages, okay, that we've not argued with them. But we're not on TikTok, and we don't have a TikTok account. But these short little things that people throw up all over the place, and they show them on YouTube sometimes, and it has TikTok on it, so I know what it is. These people have no discipline at all.
Yeah. Oh, we've been named after somebody.
What?
Simran Pass Homestead said we named our Cocoa Silkies a hen and a roo after you vote.
Wow.
Danny and Wanda,
Silkies.
they got Silkies named after us. All right. Our legacy will live on until it comes time to butcher them, I suppose. But
You don't butcher silkies, do you?
I don't know if you do or not. I've never had one, so I don't know.
I don't know. Is silky so? I mean, is it just a pet? I mean,
I don't know.
I'm assuming
I don't
since they
know.
named it, probably is a pet.
Maybe it's a pet. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they'll live for a while, a few years.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. But anyway, guys, we got to get off here. I know y'all want to get to bed a little bit earlier tonight, maybe, and enjoy your time with your family tomorrow. And may the Lord be a blessing to both of you. And we look forward to seeing y'all and hearing from you in the videos when you leave your comments. We look at all of them, or at least I do. And we just try to be as realistic as possible. And we try our best to show you all how we do things here. Now, not to say that it will work where you live at, because there's different climates everywhere. But hopefully we can glean from one another. That's our desire, is that we are
All right,
a
Lippy.
blessing.
I don't know what they doing, but she told Jennifer, she said, yes, you can hide. Have Wanda drive you around. You will get lost.
That's true. Or she said a while ago, I hit a tree. And Jennifer told us, said, we ate our named pets growing up. We did. I named all my pigs. We ate all of our pigs. We had one named Ham, Pork, and Chop, and we ate all of them. You know? So we did. We named our animals, and we still ate them. That's no different.
What was it that I put on one of our, we butchered something and I wrote the name on, was it Frankie?
Frankie. We had a sheep.
We had a sheep, and to keep it from getting mixed up with anything
With
else.
the beef and everything else. She wrote on the packs.
Frankie.
She wrote Frankie on all the packs. And I'm like, really? You
And
know?
we gave some to a friend, and they looked at us and they go, I don't know if I can eat this. It says Frankie on it.
Anyway, we got to get off of here.
I guess I could have put sheep instead.
Yeah, you
of
need to put sheep on it.
Frankie
Go ahead,
on
click
there.
us off of here before these people get crazy with us.
We're tired, guys.